Hi Libra, I'm back with your cards, so let's get started. Zoe's saying hey. The underlying theme or the overarching energy that I pulled for you is the Eight of Cups. The 8 represents a Scorpio-ruled house of other people's money, regeneration, sexuality, instincts, life, death, and rebirth. It's an intimate house, and it covers intimate issues. The cups represent water sign energy. The water signs are Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. This card represents to me somebody who has a lot of fire sign energy in them, turning their back and walking away from a situation that in some way was emotionally uplifting to them, because the cups also represent the things that sustain you and fill you up and make you feel whole, like relationships, like partnerships, like family. I see this being around the full moon because of this symbology right here. But this is walking away from something that took a long time to build, and it's just not worth it, or you just don't have the resources to devote to it anymore. Something to that effect. The first card in the top 3 for clarity is the Ace of Cups, and this is the hand of God, or a message of God, message from God, or a message of love, a message of emotional stability or security. It feels like your cup runneth over. It could also be emotional. It could be tears falling as well. It really just depends on which side of the coin you fall on, Libra. We all have different charts. Our chart, we each have our own individual chart. I like to call it the recipe that makes us us. So, it really depends on what's going on in your chart as to whether, it's going to feel like it's a positive situation or a not so positive situation. But this is like the healing waters, the healing salve, the healing balm on or about the situation. Or it could just be, it could be your expectations or your hopes for a really nice holiday season, and that, it's nice, but with the Eight of Cups here, it looks like what you're hoping for may not come to fruition. And I say that with the second card. Don't freak out. These are all just pictures on cards, so let's talk about it. It's the Tower card. It's the 16th card of the Major Arcana. 1 plus 6 is 7, and that speaks to the house that has Uranus in it. That's the 7th house. That's ruled by you. That's the house of partnerships and how you identify with others. It's open enemies and counseling as well. The majority color on the background is black, which reminds me to tell you that it's always darkest before dawn. It could feel like something out of the blue, and it could feel very traumatic. This may just be for a very limited number of Libras, but I have to read it as it lays, right? Now, the Tower card, as a Major Arcana card, represents the planet Mars, which is moving into Pisces, which is going into your 6th house of work and health. So it may be an issue of having a health situation pop up out of nowhere, or dealing with a work situation where there's aggression, or feeling aggressive towards your workmates, or leaving a situation behind, and you're leaving it behind because of this aggression, or they've pushed you to that. But Mars is moving into Pisces, your 6th house, on the 19th or 20th of the month. Just depending on where you live on the planet. The final card that was pulled for you is the 7 of Swords, and I see this as deceit, deception, theft, thievery, sneakiness, and this is intentional. It may be you, it may be someone else. I know personally of a Libra who just recently left a very bad work situation where they were withholding checks over very petty and childish things, and I guess they lived back in the 1980s. They didn't use direct deposit, so this individual has been really struggling with their finances because of his boss playing games with them. And this, I mean, this very much is playing out for him individually that I know of personally. And I know that there's other Libras out there that are dealing with the same sort of energy. You've got a lot going on in your fourth house. So with this card of theft and thievery, please lock up your cars. Please be careful with your PIN numbers. Just, I mean, I hate to say it, but human nature has made it as such to where most people are looking to get an easy, quick, cheap buck off of somebody. Don't let that person be you, Libra. The swords represent air sign energy. The air signs are Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Now, I did the math for this tarot spread. It ended up being 31. 3 plus 1 is 4, which only solidifies and is very synchronistic towards all of the energy playing out in your fourth house. The fourth house is ruled by Cancer. That may be important to you. But it's also the house of your home, your family. It's your roots and your foundation, whatever and however that speaks to you. Now, moving on to the Oracle cards, Libra, I pulled 2 for you. The first is Releasing Allegiances. It is the 10th card of the Sacred Rebels Oracle deck. The 10 speaks to the Capricorn-ruled house of your career and status, your reputation, and dealing with destiny, and also authorities, either authorities in your world, authority figures, or authorities in their field, like an expert. Now, look up the bumblebee symbology or the honeybee symbology. It may be important to you. She's definitely got honeybees or bumblebees crawling all over her. This card indicates that you need to have your own back at this time. And it's a time for you to honor and hold space for your needs. It is not a selfish thing to take care of yourself. I said this in more than one video. You cannot serve from an empty well. You can't. You have to replenish yourself. Now is a time for grounding. And do what you need to do for your best self-interest. And that's something many people don't think about. They make the decision based on what other people will think or how other people will react. And that's really a very limiting mindset. If you look at the perspective of what is in my best self-interest, it honors you and it honors your path. Now is a time for you to trust in the knowledge that you receive while observing stillness or silence in your world. Time for nurturing yourself and employing your self-care measures. It's also a time of like release after much learning or difficult lessons. And the second card is the Trust Yourself card, and it's the 31st card of the Sacred Rebels Oracle deck. Once again, synchronicity to this fourth house energy you've got going on. 3 plus 1 is 4, that Cancer-ruled house of your roots, foundation, family, and home. Now, I'm going to do an extreme close-up here because there's a lot of different animals in this picture, and whichever one stands out to you first, I want you to look up the symbology for it. Whichever animal sticks out to you the most, I want you to research what the symbology means. Spirit totem, spirit animal, whatever, however you're so led to research. But yeah, very simply, this is about trusting yourself. It's about trusting the circumstances and the cycles that you're going through. It's also trusting the wisdom that you've gained through the growth that you've experienced. It's trusting in your inner knowing. It's trusting your gut and having the strength and the guts to trust your gut. Understand that everything is going to be all right. And that instability in your world, in your life, in the circumstance represents growing pains and areas where growth can happen. Choose to flow in the situation. Don't be resistant. I think of the Bruce Lee quote, "Be the water, my friend." Trust yourself and trust the allegiances that you're led to leave behind, because it looks like it's for your greater good, at least in this tarot spread. So yeah, Libra, that's what I see what's going on for you in this December spread. I will be back in the mid-month around the full moon to pull some cards for you, a little bit of an extended reading, give you a little bit more insight and detail into what might be going on for you for the second half of December. Can't believe that we're already here, y'all. So use this time to make beautiful memories with your friends and loved ones, because those are things that you don't have to buy and no one can take away from you. Libra, please employ your self-care measures. Be kind to yourself and save some of that kindness for others, because we're all going through situations in our world that some of us may never speak about to another living soul. And it's the holidays, y'all. Be kind. I hope that you're well. Take care of yourself, Libra, and I'll see you close to the full moon